March is Juvenile Arthritis Awareness Month, and to celebrate, we as Rheumours have interviewed these amazing advocates and representatives of the youth rheumatic arthritis community about their experiences with juvenile arthritis. Please enjoy our compilation of all our lovely interviewees.
Hi, my name is Natasha and I'm 18 years old. I was diagnosed with juvenile idiopathic arthritis at the age of 13. What a rheumatic disease means to me is that it is either a bone, joint, ligament, or muscle condition that causes pain and inflammation. Specifically, juvenile idiopathic arthritis, the condition that I have, is an autoinflammatory condition which causes joint pain.
Hi, I'm Graeme Zink. I'm a university student at the University of Waterloo, and I was diagnosed with juvenile arthritis when I was 3 years old. Having a rheumatic disease isn't easy. It's those moments when you're kneeling down on the ground and you have a really tough time getting back up. It's also that determination you have because you've had such a hard time doing those little things. Having a rheumatic disease is also that one day a week when you feel absolutely wretched. And how much you appreciate those other 6 days a week where you don't take them for granted.
Having a rheumatic disease to me means that I don't really live the same kind of life as everybody else, but that life that I've spent most of my childhood dealing with has taught me so much. I, for one, would not be the same person I am today without this rheumatic disease, and for that, I don't regret it for a moment.
I would have to say that for me, rheumatoid arthritis means a lot of things. It means challenge, but more importantly, it means strength.
Hi, my name is Maggie, also known as Arthritis Kid, and I am an independent artist in Ottawa. Having a rheumatic disease for me basically means strength, I guess. You know, I've had this since I was 6 years old, and most people, even older than me now, can't imagine, living through all that pain for so many years. So I guess when it comes down to it, I think of a rheumatic disease as strength.
Having a rheumatic disease changes how I do things, but does not change who I am. Due to my diagnosis of juvenile idiopathic arthritis, I am much stronger and more resilient. Because of my diagnosis, I've had to alter ways I plan my life. I am no longer just focusing on incorporating plans with my friends into my day. I'm now having to focus on medical appointments, blood draws, and even my weekly injections to make sure I'm the happiest and healthiest I could possibly be. When flare-ups occur, I have to make sure that I take the necessary precautions to help myself feel a-okay again. It's okay to cancel plans when you're not feeling the greatest, and I've learned to understand this. I am much stronger and more resilient because of my diagnosis, but like I said, I know that this doesn't define me, and I am much more than just a diagnosis.
One positive thing that's come out of this journey that I have been going through is that I have developed a passion for research, advocacy, and medicine. And without this, I would not be going into the field that I want to go into now.
The positives of having a rheumatic disease is that you have an appreciation for those little things and an empathy for others who also go through big things. Not just people with rheumatic diseases, but people who have things that disrupt their lives. We've been through a lot, and it makes it easier to connect with other people who have also been through a lot.
One positive thing that has come from my journey is the community that I've kind of built. I wouldn't know half the people I know if I didn't have a rheumatic disease, and that means so much to me. I even started a podcast with one of my closest friends about this journey, and I wouldn't have met her if I didn't have it.
Although this disease can be challenging, it does bring a lot of positives, and for me, the biggest one would have to be resiliency.
One positive thing that has come from my journey is definitely not caring what other people think and just learning how to be myself.
A positive thing that's come out of my diagnosis with rheumatic disease is that I have been able to find my own inner strength. I know that I am so much stronger than my diagnosis, and I've been able to find this through my diagnosis, that I can live a normal life like my friends do. I know I can participate in all the activities that I want to. I've learned that I am so much stronger than my JIA, and this has been positive.
One of the biggest challenges that I've faced is school. Specifically, having swollen wrists, fingers, and feet and ankles has been really rough. Entering high school and being in grade 9, taking those mandatory science and math courses and not being able to write was very difficult. I've developed several study skills and habits which took a really long time to develop, and I'm still going through that phase where I am developing them. Was really tough. And having teachers that discourage you because you're unable to write or draw when you want to go into the STEM field is very difficult as well.
On the downside, for me, the most challenging time I went through with juvenile arthritis, at least in my memory, was when I was in grade 11 and I went into remission for 8 months. I didn't take drugs for months and months, and I felt amazing. Then, at the end of that, my arthritis came back, and I was going to school with a cane, looking like an old man. But the doctors got me back on the medication, which wasn't fabulous, but I learned to cope with the side effects and deal with the pain. And despite all of that, I think I've lived a really good life, at least so far.
What is the biggest challenge that I've faced during this journey? I think it would be just to try and understand that nobody really knows what I'm feeling. I think that's such a big struggle for me because I always want to be able to explain my pain and to explain that I can't do things like everybody else, but I'm not able to, and I think that's one of the biggest challenges that I've faced.
One of the biggest challenges that I've faced in my journey has definitely been trying to overcome the fear of knowing that I will have this disease for the rest of my life, and knowing that it won't go away, which can be really hard sometimes. You know, you kind of feel defeated, like, you know, you won't ever not feel pain again. But you know what, it's okay, we're still here, we're still living. It's good.
The biggest challenge for me has been dealing with flare-ups. Flare-ups are challenging because they cause an increased amount of pain and stiffness. When I am more uncomfortable, it makes it harder to focus on my academics. I find it is very difficult to complete an assignment or write a test when I'm in pain. Due to online school and sitting at a screen all day and typing, this has become much more challenging when flare-ups occur. So if I had to choose one thing that was the biggest challenge while dealing with rheumatic disease, I would have to say flare-ups.
So honestly, I've been through this rough journey and I really could not do it without my friends and family and their support. Something that my friends and family have done for me is specifically scribe, take notes for me, carry things that were really heavy and I couldn't carry, and just been an overall support in terms of when I wanted to let my feelings out and complain or talk positively about the condition I have. They've always been there for me and I'm really grateful to have them in my life.
In terms of what my friends and family do for me, there's honestly just them being there for me. Just by being there and not making a big deal of having arthritis or anything, not making a big deal of when I feel sick on Thursdays, it means a lot. And just having people there is a really comforting feeling for me.
So my friends and family do a lot to support me, but to me the most important thing is that they're just there for me. They believe me when I tell them something's hurting, they believe me when something's wrong, and they encourage me to do things to help myself get better. Take medication, which I'm not very good at doing because I don't want to, exercise, go outside, those kinds of things.
Thankfully, I have a wonderful support system consisting of my friends and family, and the best thing that they have done to help me is be understanding and checking up on me. I love it when they text me and ask me how I'm doing, but also understand when I need to cancel plans or I need to take time to myself to do what's best for my body.
Something that my friends and family do to support me, has been streaming my music. But seriously, they support me in so many ways, whether it is streaming my music or literally just listening to me vent about any problems that I have, or, you know, helping me with any problems that I may have. I'm very lucky and grateful to have such a strong support group, whether it's friends or family. And I think it's crucial when you have a chronic illness to have that support group. And there definitely are people out there for you, like me.
We would like to give a big thank you to all our lovely interviewees, Natasha, Graeme, Trish, Julie, Maggie, and Savannah, for sharing your stories with us to help bring further awareness around juvenile arthritis. All of their platforms will be linked in the bio below. We hope this video has shed more light on juvenile arthritis and on rheumatic diseases in general. If you are interested in learning more about rheumatic diseases, finding resources, joining our events, and or getting involved with our team, visit us on our Instagram @Rheumours and check out our Linktree.